Not the desired results that we won today. We had all our chances in the world out there and then couldn't capitalize. One of those days, one of those moments, another learning op for us. But I was really ecstatic about the fight and for those guys to put themselves in position to be able to win that football game, even though they wasn't. We're going to play in a bunch of those type of games, and we got plans on playing a bunch of those type of games, particularly against this type of team and the guys that they are and this type of rivalry that we have with these guys. So we got to learn how to win them.
Did you consider running the field goal team on before that last play, or was it too far for that?
We would have if we needed to. Obviously you don't ever count on that sack being a big loss as it was, but, obviously right there I would have took my shot. Obviously it would have been fourth down. We would have had an opportunity to go out there and kick it, get the walk-off, get redemption. That didn't come to fruition. Obviously the big sack, got the fumble, the ball gets way back there, and now you're kind of in your desperation heat mode, and it didn't work out for us. Yes.
Your confidence in young Waku and moving forward.
Like I just said out in the locker room today, I got all the confidence in the world in Young Way. He's one of the best kickers in this game. He's done it for us for a long time. He had an off day. It happens a bunch of times. Shoot or shoot. And he went out there and took his shots today, and he didn't make them.
When you look at kind of the defensive performance in the fourth quarter, particularly, you 3 and outs, and the offense doesn't produce. What is your message to that unit coming out of that?
It's not individualized messages, right? It's team ball for all of us, right? So if we get stops, we want to go out there and have complimentary ball and be able to score. If we can't score, we want to be able to kick the field goals. We want to be able to maximize our ability to be great, and we're not able to do that today. The offense moved the ball down the field a couple times out there, and we didn't get the field goals. We missed those field goals or got them blocked. We had a chance to go out there on defense and play really well in the second half, but we gave it to me big plays in the first half. So it's all across the board. You go back, you review the tape, and it's not really a messaging in any particular moment. It's how you get better with the growth mindset for your football team.
Scantling has not been here long. Did that contribute in any way to him sort of getting away from y'all a couple times?
Yeah, obviously we had to make an adjustment and move AJ over there, one of our best corners in the world, and we had to put him on him in the second half to go limit his production. I believe he had 100 yards in the first half, had a couple big plays. He made some big-time plays. You won't make any excuses for anybody. Whoever's on, we got to go make those plays, but we had to make those adjustments in the second half, and we ended up making it even before halftime came.
It really was just those 2 plays in a row that they had on offense. That was over 100 yards.
100%.
Those 2 plays. How do you kind of compartmentalize that when the rest of the game was pretty good for your defense?
You don't. Hats off to the Saints. They did a great job of executing. That's what the game of football is. You go out there and you make some plays. They made them. We got to go out there and find ways to stop those plays. We got to find ways to be ahead of the curve so they don't have those plays happen, that they can be disastrous within the framework of the game. I'm fired about my guys standing the fight. I'm fired about what we did. I'm fired about the adjustments. I'm fired about our guys going out there and playing the right way and doing it the right way. We just want to be able to finish that game off, and we'd be a lot happier right now.
You also had a couple of critical penalties on that one drive down near the goal line. How much did they hurt you?
We did. There's always going to be some of those that we've been talking about that we got to get better at. The holdings that you get that you kind of can agree with or disagree with, doesn't really matter. They called it, knocked us back to a 1st and 20, and then we got kind of a delay of game there. That's kind of on myself and the coaching staff. We got to get right for those things, but we got to be able to change all those things. Be ready to be better. No doubt about it.
After the Seattle game, you said you felt like your team came out a little flat. Did you sense any of that today with a slow start, or was it different factors?
It was probably different factors, but the 3 and out early, I believe that we got, and then we weren't able to go out there and really move the chains and be able to do anything. It was more of a time of possession that they just crushed us in the first quarter. I believe it was like 13 minutes to I don't even know, 2, whatever it was, but it felt like they had the ball the entire first quarter, and it felt like there was a bunch of missed opportunities within that framework of that. They got the 10 points in the second half. We didn't get going into the second quarter, and then once we got going, it was a little bit too late. We had a couple missed field goals. They cut that thing to be a little tighter for the second half so we can come out and have our ways to win the football game. We weren't able to do those things.
Anything else? You started Arnold over Judon today. Was that more about Arnold or Judon?
I think it's just more about our rotation and how we do it. AK's been playing really well for us, doing a nice job. Judon's been going out doing some good things for us in the run game. Wanted to get some of our pass rush going, which we were not able to get going enough, fast enough, or efficient enough to get to him. But we were able to get him off the spot a few times, and were to disrupt it probably a little bit too late because those big plays had already happened and occurred.
Anything else? Thanks, all.
All right.
Thank you.
You got something?
Thank you.
Certainly a tough loss. Felt like we had chances to win the football game or at least take the lead late in the game, and not being able to do it is difficult. It leaves a bad taste in your mouth. This will be one that you're sick over, and just felt like the second third down of the game was a play that, to not connect with Drake on that one was frustrating. They had a chance there to convert, get into scoring range, and help us start fast. And so having to punt there was very frustrating because it was just inches from being a big conversion for us. And then that throughout the game, plays like that showed up. And that's pro football. That's the thing about this league is that you can get beat when you make a little mistake or don't play at your highest level. It can be the difference in winning and losing. And so you kind of always play with that. Focus and awareness of the importance of every snap. And, today coming out of the game, I think you feel that because of how many plays carried that kind of feeling. But take any questions you have.
Yeah, Kirk, you all had 4 ops in the fourth quarter, I believe. Punt, missed field goal, interception, and then the last series. Any plays in there that you all wish you could have executed a little bit better there?
Yeah, it does run together right now, Led. I'm having a hard time being able to give you a good answer, but on the flight home, I'll definitely be watching it and really have an answer for you. There was a third down throw down the pipe to Ray that I would have loved to have connected on. There's a check down on the play before to Bijan that would have loved to have connected on to give us a more manageable third down. Certainly the interception is a play that it was just being too aggressive. Would have loved to have just been more patient and taken Kyle Pitts underneath or progressed to Ray. I had stayed patient really all game long, and then in that moment it was just too aggressive. And then the final drive certainly ran out of clock there. The sack didn't help, but the sack fumble, would have loved to have just stayed positive there and avoided the negative play that we had to overcome. So there's a lot there, Led, but it is tough.
Did you guys feel like it was way too long to try a field goal before that last snap?
I'm not sure. I haven't talked to the coaches about that, so I'm not sure.
Kirk, you seem to internalize losses, for a day or so. Raheem came in here and spun it the other way. He was really positive. Is that helpful for you, or do you have to sort of sit with it for a little while and maybe not hear the positive spin until Tuesday?
Yeah, no, I think it's a good way to approach it. I've learned that not much is going to get Coach. He stays very, very level, very positive, and I do internalize it. It hurts, and it hurts for him too. But you kind of have your process of watching it and talking through it with teammates and coaches and fixing things, and then you get back on the horse and you get back to work again. But losses like this are always tough.
Did you say anything to Koo? He kicked his career long to beat the same team the last time he played it.
Yeah.
This was the opposite end of the spectrum today.
Yeah, no, it's pro football, and I don't feel great about leaving it in the field goal team's hands. I think it's important that we convert third down, stay on the field, score touchdowns in the red zone, avoid the penalties that back us up in the red zone, and just execute down there so that we're scoring touchdowns. I've always felt that when you kick field goals, you tend to lose, and when you score touchdowns, you tend to win, and so that's important, where I kind of take my focus.
Kirk, the pressures that you were under today and the sack fumble that you had, would you say that was more coverage related, or was there a breakdown up front with your O-line?
Well, not being able to watch the film yet is hard to say because until you can, I'm not looking at it. But I think that longer yardage situations, kind of play into their hands. If you're in third and long, or if you're in, some of those we got longer distances. But no, they did a good job both with coverage and with their rush. And you have to credit the way they played today and the speed with which they played and the way they covered. They did a good job.
You guys have been so focused on the road. That's been one of your calling cards. You mentioned the third down throw to Drake there. Did you get worried at all? Did you sense some foreboding at that moment? You're like,
no, you just play. No, it's a long game. Against the Panthers, we missed a third down early. You just play through it, stay the course, and it's a long game. And even, I think we learned, even with the interception, you exit the field thinking maybe that was it. and then suddenly you're getting the ball back with plenty of time and a timeout. So you just keep playing, and you believe. I've played in this league long enough to know that opportunities will present themselves, and you just have to keep moving forward. But in looking back now after a loss, there's always going to be those plays that you say, would have loved to have made that one.
What was happening early on in the passing game? Y'all got off to 2-7. You were 2-7 in the first quarter or so. What were they doing to take stuff away, or was it timing?
Yeah, it was. I think it was good tight coverage, and just we weren't able to connect a few through the corner route out to Mooney on the left sideline. We didn't connect the out route on the right sideline on a third down. We didn't connect. Both were tight coverage. I can't remember all of them right now, Led, but yeah, I think just credit their tight coverage probably.
And the 3rd and 8 Pitts, is that just a deal where you get it out to him, or he's able to make a play for you there?
I don't even remember which one you're referring to. The go ball down the sideline, or the?
Yeah, the one to the sideline in the 3rd quarter.
Yep.
They had scored, y'all.
Yeah, it just felt like coverage had been pushing away from the single receiver most of the day, and felt like had a chance there. And that was a tremendous play by Kyle, one-on-one to just go make a big-time play in tight coverage, and proud of the way he made that play.
Yeah, you got the touchdown the next.
Gotcha. It all runs together right now, but now I see the.
Kurt, is there any aspect of the game that the Saints played today that you say is extremely different than the last time you guys faced them at home in Atlanta earlier?
No, I wouldn't say that. I don't think so. I think they just, they were a good defense against us the last time, and they were a good defense against us today.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Kurt.
Thanks, Kurt.
Yep.